Hi there, I'm Susan for SusanWinter.net. Thanks for joining me. I have a great question from Dustin today. Lots of points I want to cover, so let me get right into it and read it to you. Thank you, Dustin, for this, by the way. Dustin writes, "Hi, Susan. I got out of a very toxic relationship 6 months ago. My ex broke up with me. She has BPD, that's bipolar disorder. I've been through a lot emotionally post-breakup. I know for my salvation I need to move on from her, but I still find myself painfully longing for this person. How do I move on? I'm terrified that my next relationship will be just as painful, if not worse. How do I feel good again and trust again?" Wow. Okay. All right, this is intense. Now, first of all, it's been 6 months. That's good. Secondarily, you're watching videos. You found your way to me. You must be reading other books, working with a therapist. I feel that you are doing what you need to do. Now, understand, you were dropped into the middle of a relationship with somebody that has an illness. And no matter how hard you try, no matter how loving and patient you are, no matter your level of communication, that's something you cannot fight. I know, because one of the great loves of my life was eventually diagnosed as paranoid schizophrenic. I could not figure it out, no matter what I did, and I don't think you're really taking a look at how much this affects the relationship, okay? You can only do as much as you can do. So I would give yourself a break there and also understand that, your partner's reactivity is not their choice either. So try to understand that this was probably unworkable from the beginning and credit yourself with trying. And I'm sure there was a lot of passion, a lot of chaos, a lot of drama. So when you ask why you still long for this person and why you have trouble moving on, think of the enormity of the emotional impact. I mean, this kind of a situation with this psychological setup, it ticks every single emotional box you have, from the heights of passion and excitement to the depths of despair, because it is so potent with huge volumes of emotion. This is like a roller coaster like this. So in its absence, you're going to feel this incredible void. And your life probably feels like it's gone from technicolor to gray. As weird as this seems, in the void, that's where you're going to recover. Don't worry, the colors do come back. And this time they're in right order. They're not in an extreme hue that doesn't actually exist. They will come back. But comparatively speaking, this time period that you're in, the absence of all this stuff, the emotions that make us feel that we are alive. One moment we're dying, the next moment we're so alive we can't stand it. So you see, this is what you're longing for. And all you know is the partner brought you that. So you're not longing for the partner. You're longing to feel alive. But that ride is one that nobody can take and nobody can sustain and still have their sanity at the end of it. So make peace with the gray right now. That's why you're longing for that burst of excitement, drama, passion. It will come back, okay? The other thing that you wanted to know is you're terrified that the next relationship will be just as painful, if not worse. Why? Why? That, so as a golfer, all right, intermittent golfer, you're going to hit these beautiful straight shots, and then one day it's like you don't know what you're doing. If I thought after a bad shot that I was never going to have a good shot again, I'd never want to play the game. You got 18 holes of a lot of shots, and relationships are no different. One relationship that was stacked against you to begin with does not mean that you cannot handle another relationship. But do understand that you will be very careful in your selection process. you can't help but be so, Dustin, because you have had this experience, which is like danger, danger, warning, warning. So understand that you are now looking for a partner who is stable and fairly predictable, in that they are constant, they communicate, what they say is what they mean. You're going to have to look for something that is within the realm of what you feel is normal, okay? Now, normal changes for all of us, but just something that is not so chaotic. Please, please don't think, I mean, that's like, this is what irritates me. It's like we do our best in a relationship, and when it ends, suddenly we think that we can't do it anymore. And that has nothing to do with it. The time you gained is the time you gained, and it doesn't get erased. You don't go back to zero or negative. Now, the part about trusting yourself, trusting love and trusting yourself, how do I feel good and trust again? Okay, so at the end of all the drama, and the end of all of our frustration with our partner that was toxic, the one thing that we discover is we have to learn to trust ourselves. We made the decision to be there. We made the decision to stay there. We made the decision to participate. We chose this partner, okay? So at the end of being mad at them or at the situation or at the disease or whatever, we find that we are now questioning, it's really about me. Can I trust myself? I would say, given this potent a situation, yes. Absolutely yes. You know, you've done an impossible thing. I used to describe this to friends and clients like, you know, you've taken the master's course in trust. You know, you've trusted an untrustworthy person. What do you mean trust here? Trust yourself, trust them. Love is not a guarantee. You're never going to get that. Can you trust yourself? Listen, people unfold. It's like the book as we're reading it, and we suddenly hit a chapter and go, whoa, wait, where did this come from? You don't know until you're in it. You have to walk through it. This is a trial and experiment, trial and error kind of situation. That's what love is. So please don't think you can't trust yourself. You have been through an enormous upheaval here, and you seem to be doing fine. It's painful. It's regrouping. It took a lot out of you. It doesn't mean it in any way dampens your future or puts a cast on you that this is what you now are and this is all you will be. It's just the opposite, actually. So I hope this helps you, and I hope it encourages you. And thank you so much for writing me, Dustin. And any of you that are going through this kind of a painful, toxic breakup, you know, it happened. You were there. Take a look at it. What can I learn? What do I need to adjust in myself? Move on. That's okay. You know, we don't all get days with sunshine. You know, it's life. It happens to most people to a greater or lesser degree in some area, if not almost routinely in love, okay? So it's all right. Keep moving. Thank you. Thank you so much for your question, and it was really wonderful and really impactful. Thank you so much. Susan Winter for SusanWinter.net. If you want to work with me privately, you can call me on Magnify, or you can check out my website and see what kind of consultation packages you want. If you prefer to listen, tune into iTunes, The Susan Winter Show. Thank you for joining me.